Hello, my name is Hafiz Zahim, and now I'm going to talk about insulation resistance test. So, let's start. Insulation resistance test is defined as the resistance to current leakage through and over the surface of the insulation material surrounding a conductor. It is measured in ohms, and its value represents a very important factor to electricians working within the electrical industry. The insulation resistance test is an electrical test which uses a certain type and level of voltage to measure insulation resistance in ohms. The measured resistance indicates the condition of the insulation between two conductive parts. This test is taken to ensure that there is no leakage current between phase and conductors, phase and neutral conductors, and phase conductor and earth. The purpose of this test is to ensure that there is no leakage current between phase conductors, phase and neutral conductors, and phase conductor and earth, and to test the strength of the cable insulation.
Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera. My name is Muhammad Farid bin Abu Taib. I'm going to talk about method of insulation resistance test. So the first method is switch off main switch. These are individual breaker. To shut one off, flip the lever to the off position. Disconnect all loads. Next, switch on all the circuit control switches. Carry out test as in the table below, and then meter reading value should be less than 1 mega ohm.
Assalamualaikum and hello. My name is Sharif Hidayatullah, and now my group and I are going to talk about insulation resistance test. The insulation resistance test often uses a device called high range mega ohmmeter (MEGA). The mega ohmmeter has three terminals. 1. The line or L terminal. The L terminal is the so-called hot terminal and is connected to the conductor whose insulation resistance you are measuring. Remember, these tests are performed with the circuit de-energized. 2. The earth or E terminal. The E terminal is connected to the other side of the insulation, the ground conductor. 3. The guard or G terminal. The G terminal provides a return circuit that bypasses the meter. For example, if you are measuring a circuit having a current that you do not want to include, you connect that part of the circuit to the guard terminal. This is the simplest of the tests. This figure shows the terminals of the MEGA. From this figure, we can see that the L terminal is connected to the conductor that we want to test the insulation resistance. Meanwhile, the E terminal or the earth terminal is connected to the ground.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Amir Fitri. My ID number is DE96017. So today I'm going to talk about the type of insulation resistance test and factor affecting insulation resistance test. There are several types of insulation resistance tests. Number one is short time or spot reading test. In this method, you simply connect the MEGA instrument across the insulation to be tested and operate it for a short, specific time period. If you have simply picked a point on a curve of increasing resistance value. Quite often the value will be less for 30 seconds, more for 60 seconds. Time resistant method. This method is fairly independent of temperature and often can give you conclusive information without record of past tests. It is based on the absorption effect of good insulation compared to that of moist or contaminated insulation. You simply take successive readings at specific times and note the difference in readings. Number 3. Dielectric absorption ratio. This test recognizes that the fact that good insulation will show a gradually increasing IR after the test voltage is applied. Factor affecting insulation resistance reading. 1. Capacitance charging current. Current that start out high and drop after the insulation has been charged to full voltage. Much like water flow in a garden hose when you first turn on the spigot. Number 2. Absorption current, also an exceptionally high current which then drop, for reasons discussed under the section time resistant method. Number 3. Conduction or leakage current, a small essentially steady current both through and over the insulation.